this is going to be a relationship eclipse reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. You know, I felt very guided to sit down today and do a specific relationship reading in regards to the eclipse. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some cards looking at the energies sort of before the eclipse, during the eclipse, and after the eclipse. So we're going to take a look at what's going on in your headspace, your person's headspace, your heart space, their heart space, overall energy and underlying energy. And of course, feel free to swap sides if it makes more sense. Now, before I begin, I want to just think about what an eclipse is. An eclipse is the sun and the moon, right, coming together. I mean, this is a new moon solar eclipse, and it's called the Ring of Fire. And I love that name because when I think of a ring of fire, I think of passion, intensity, infinite power. Ooh, like I just get chills thinking about it. And I do think of deep soul connections, twin flames, even though I'm not a big fan of the label. But whatever label you use, whatever you're comfortable with, that's great. I would just say that this is a time of major change. You know, it's upheaval, and you may be feeling a bit of stress and emotions are running high, some anxiety. It's all about perspective right now. I think you're going to realize with this eclipse that relationships are going to be really shaken up. Now, that could mean shaken up where you need to let something go, or shaken up where you're going to go to the next level. And we'll definitely see what happens. But let's take a look at some energies for this reading. Let's get some overall messages. And you know what I'm going to do? I've been holding this deck because I keep thinking about the Ring of Fire, even though I know this doesn't look fiery, but I'm going to actually switch something up at the last second here. I just feel really compelled to grab a different deck and get some overall messages for the eclipse. Time to go. There you go. I just said it. Funny. You know, time to go means we got to leave the old cycle behind. It no longer serves us. And chop wood. We've got work to do. Sure do. Even the broom there just says we got to clean it up. We've got to let go of things that no longer serve us, right? And yeah, all that glitters. All that glitters is not gold. And this is what I was saying about perspective. You know, I think we thought something was different than how it actually is, if that makes any sense. This eclipse is going to help you reevaluate. You know, I always say good luck is bad luck is good luck. It's an old Chinese proverb that's always stuck with me, because sometimes we think something is a total blessing and then it turns out the complete opposite, or something that was so awful turns out to be the best gift ever. And so already, look at this energy. Time to go, chop that wood, and all that glitters. You've got to look at things for how they truly are, okay? So those are the overall messages for your relationship during this eclipse time. Let's take a look with these cards here. What else we need to know? Fish. Abundance and good luck. You got to walk away to go towards your abundance. That chopping wood, anchor. You want stability, right? You want security. You got to make some moves. You got to release the old in order to have the new. And here we go. All that glitters. We need protection. I talked about this in another reading as well. Envy and jealousy. You know, just as a recap, I would say you got to be very careful with those words and when you use them. When someone says, oh, I'm so jealous of that, I'm jealous of that house, of that relationship, that car, whatever it is, understand that jealousy is when you hate someone for what they have. Envy is you'd like to have it. So this is just saying here, protection. All that glitters is not always gold. Okay, so here's what I want to do. There are 3 decks. One is the Before Tarot, which is going to give us the energies before the eclipse. I'm going to use a regular tarot deck for the current energies during the eclipse. And then I'm going to use the After Tarot deck for the energies post-eclipse. Now, of course, those energies linger. You may already be feeling the energies for the eclipse. So, you know, that happens beforehand and it does linger after as well. So let's take a look at the before tarot and kind of feel out what's leading up to this eclipse in your relationship. And we have, okay, Six of Wands. This is saying on the brink of victory. You're on the brink of something here, okay? And yeah, the World. You're about to complete a cycle. Very, very interesting, because this means you're about to go to the next round, to the next level. And this could indicate, yes, something ending, okay? But at the same time, it doesn't have to necessarily be all over. It just means going to the next level. It depends on your circumstance, right? And the thing about a ring, you know, talking about the ring of fire, the ring being circular, you know, the end is the beginning is the end. And you can see that in this card here, you know, encircling this couple here. So there is an ending to something, but regardless, it's a win-win situation because there is an outcome that says victory. It just may be different than what you anticipated, but at least you know that there is victory there. So in your person's headspace, we have Queen of Wands. You know what's interesting? The Queen of Wands is like fire, right? Ring of fire. There's a confidence there. And this is about confidence building. The Queen of Wands is someone who has a black cat. And if you notice the cat here at the bottom, having a black cat would have been very like, you know, in your face, because this is saying, I don't care what people think of me. I don't care if I have a black cat. I love this black cat. You know, it's not worrying about other people's opinions. And I also look at this card and look at the sunflower, and the sunflower is going to be pointed towards the sun, which means forward motion, making moves. So in your person's headspace, there's this sort of early stage to making some sort of move and building the confidence to get to where they want to be. So there is some, you know, sadness that's coming, and the swords have not gone through the heart yet. And that's a tough one because ultimately, you know, we don't want to feel any pain or sadness. But I will say this. What is a heart? A heart is a muscle. When you work out at the gym, you tear your muscles so that they can grow back bigger and stronger. And it's the same thing with the heart. So it could very well be that your person is needing to rebuild their confidence. They may be bracing themselves to go through some sadness or some grief. Let's take a look at what's going on in your heart space. Yeah, there's some conflict here. So leading up to this eclipse, there are some emotions running high. You might have some battles internally, externally. It really depends on your circumstances. But you are on your way to peace. You are, because you're getting into the boat. You know, Six of Swords in the traditional tarot means moving on to calmer waters and peace. It could even mean literal travel. It means leaving the turbulence behind you. And right now you're preparing yourself to go to those calmer waters. You know, 6-6 could very well be a sign here of finding your peace and your balance. It's equal giving and receiving, okay? And let's take a look here at your person's heart space. And we have the King of Wands. How interesting that we have the Queen of Wands and King of Wands. We have counterparts. And you can see that there's a hand offering that wand, okay? This is like putting the King of Wands into his personal power. And the lion there is just absolute strength, okay? But I will remind you of an old saying, and that is a lion doesn't have to say it's a lion. The thing about the King of Wands is that he just exudes that energy, and it's the same thing with the Queen of Wands. She just walks around like she owns it. She doesn't have to prove herself. He doesn't have to prove himself. I think that's the problem these days, you know, is that a lot of us feel like we have to prove ourselves to everybody. We've got to show how smart we are, how well-rounded we are, how confident we are. And it's when we're pushing it so much that it's just not authentic. Energy just exudes itself. And so that's what's building over here for your person. And there's the Eight of Pentacles. They're doing the work. See what I mean? This is really nice. They're building something. Okay. Let's take a look at the overall energy here. And we have the Eight of Cups. Oh, excuse me, Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. So, I mean, that's not a mistake. Maybe that is the energy to some extent, you know, that you're trying to make the decision of whether to walk away or not. Because the Seven of Cups means you have all these cups in front of you and you just got to decide. So many people are afraid to make a decision because they're afraid of judgment. They have fear. They're not sure what to do with themselves if they do make a mistake. But resiliency is the key here. You know, I always say be a Roomba. If you spin around the room and hit the wall, what does a Roomba do? It redirects itself. Just be a Roomba. So I think the overall energy between the two of you before the eclipse is making decisions. And I want to remind you, not making a decision is making a decision. And the Wheel of Fortune is so interesting because, well, there's the sun and the moon. There's the eclipse energy right there, divine masculine and divine feminine. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is about a shift, a change. And I always tell people, don't fight the shift. Stop fighting that forward motion because it just keeps you in the comfort zone. It keeps you in the same old, same old. And I know you don't want that. But the thing about the Wheel of Fortune that's also important to note is that, you know, it's telling you don't keep repeating the same cycles. Okay. Underlying energy, we have the Chariot. We're about to get in the Chariot. We're about to make a move. You know, this is about going the distance. Are you ready to go the distance? Are you ready to make this major move in your life? And with that, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords says fast moving. I got some swift ideas and I'm going to go after it. And it's almost like we're bracing ourselves for something, you know? Okay, so let's take a look at the current energies for the eclipse. So what you're going to experience during the eclipse. So that's approximately, that is on the 14th of October. So these energies were leading up to it. Oh, well, the card just dropped out and there's the Devil. Okay, so here's the thing. The Devil card is lust. Okay, so in your headspace, you might be feeling very lustful, but keep in mind, there are restrictions here. And look at the fire, you know, talking about the Ring of Fire. There's the fire at the feet that say, you got to get a move on, right? So this is saying break the chains, let go of the old energies of the past. And it's going to come to the forefront. See, there's the Ace of Swords. There's the clarity. Look at the sudden, like lightning coming in, the aha moments, the epiphanies. You're going to get some clarity. That eclipse is definitely going to shock. You know, it's going to bring something in here that's going to make you move. And in your person's headspace, there is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is that moving on to calmer waters and peace. Now, isn't that interesting that we talked about the Six of Swords in the previous cards? So this is actually achieving some sort of peace. And there's a rainbow here, a sense of relief. Because we talked about that heartbreak. Now, the one thing that your person is going to have to be aware of is overthinking. The illusion of mental entrapment. You know, they don't have to overthink their peace. You know, this is the thing I always say to people. We get into this mode of what am I going to worry about when I have nothing to worry about? Stop worrying. It does nothing for you. Worry about the things you can control versus the things you can't control. Otherwise, you manifest more of it. And so let's take a look at what's going on here in your heart space during the eclipse. How beautiful is this? I just want to make a point that the Three of Cups is a card of celebration. And these three little birds, and I'm thinking of the song, everything's going to be all right. The sun is rising. The birds are singing to signal they've made it through the night. They've got this. And so do you. Okay? So regardless, you are going to have that victory. And there's the Mother of Cups. The Mother of Cups is the Queen of Cups. This is about receiving. Are you ready to receive? Truly. Again, don't overgive. The Queen of Cups can overgive to everybody, but she deserves to receive as well. She should trust her intuition, follow her heart, you know? She knows what's best for her, but she's got to put herself first. And in your person's heart space, we have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is all about leaving the comfort zone. So that confidence that's been building for your person, they're making the decision to leave their comfort zone. And that's why we said earlier they've been doing the work. And with this, we have, wow, the Four of Wands. Look at this gorgeous portal. I cannot even make this up. I mean, Four of Wands is 1111, spiritual ascension. It's union. It's twin flame energy, if you use that label. It's absolutely beautiful. Stability. Your person's making some moves. Overall energy, I just have to say, I said to you earlier, 8 of Cups. Did I not? We went from 7 of Cups to 8 of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve. I knew it. And there's the Empress. We're birthing a whole new cycle. This is a card of fertility, creativity. It's Venus. It's self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. The underlying energy here is justice, equal giving and receiving, and balance. I mean, this eclipse is in Libra, right? We have a new moon in Libra. Like I said, balance, equal giving and receiving. Love it. This could be about contracts, paperwork, marital things. I mean, it could even be divorce. And look at the Tower. Being disrupted, bringing us new energy, which is needed. Okay? Don't be afraid of tower moments. Those are things that happen for us, not to us. And when we actually let ourselves fall, that's when we can get up and go. This is what we need. Okay? Now let's take a look at the after tarot to see what we can expect post-eclipse. Okay. In your headspace, how interesting. Now we've got the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands says we're winning. Yes, we're fighting the good fight, but we're winning. Okay? It's time. It's time to fight for what we want and what we deserve. And it's interesting because earlier we had the 6 of Wands in the before tarot, and now we're at the 7 of Wands. So we're making some moves. And the 8 of Swords. Interesting how the 8 of Swords was in your person's headspace. I think you two mirror each other, but I think you're a little bit ahead, to be honest with you, than they are. This is like saying, I'm going to unravel the bandages here, the bindings. I'm not going to overthink anymore. I'm going to let things go, let them unfold. And in your person's headspace, post-eclipse, oh my goodness, see how we had heartbreak before? And now we have this beautiful offer of love, this overflowing of emotions, this brand new beginning. Gorgeous. And that dove, absolutely beautiful. Peace, serenity. Oh my goodness. Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups. I can't even make this up. 2 of Cups is like a card that says perfect match. Deep soul connection. And in your heart space, we have the Strength card. The Strength card is Leo energy. We're getting a lot of 8s, by the way. I'm seeing a lot of 8s in this reading. 8 is infinite, right? We had 8 here, 8 here, 8 here. It's infinite. Strength and courage. Confidence. And look at the Fool. Wow, this is where your heart is ready to take a leap. You're just letting go and about to embark on the most beautiful journey. And let's see in your person's heart space. Wow, the Star. Healing. They've been through so much. The Star is healing, it's blessings, it's wishes coming true. It's even a card of falling in love. And that 4 of Wands, oh, it's an offer. The Page of Pentacles. This is interesting. This could be studying, learning something, recognizing, being recognized, offering something tangible. Wow. What progression we've had. Okay, overall energy. Oh, the Hierophant, spiritual ascension, commitment, marriage even. And the Queen of Wands. We had the Queen of Wands earlier. And look at her. Now she's sitting tall and confident. Wow. She's really holding that wand with power and grace all at the same time. Underlying energy. the Emperor. We had the Empress and the Emperor. The Emperor is about making power moves. Wow. Okay. And the Death card, death and rebirth, total transformation. The sun is rising. I am so impressed by these cards. What a beautiful, beautiful reading. Okay, let me take some Power of Surrender cards just to see what we need to surrender or surrender to in this relationship. So this is all about the eclipse. So let's see, what do you need to surrender or surrender to in this relationship for the eclipse? And we have surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Wow. You know, this is going to be a very dramatic eclipse. I feel the emotional roller coaster, but honestly, we need to feel these things. I think a lot of us have been avoiding feelings. And so this is the time where things have to get shaken up and come to the surface. And, you know, sometimes you have to feel a little bit nervous. You know, a little bit nervous. We need that bit of nervousness or fear in order to achieve these new experiences. Okay, I really hope this resonates with you. Let me know in the comments. Thank you again for your kindness and support. I always appreciate a subscribe, a like, a comment. If you're looking to do a personal reading with me, the link to my website is in my bio. Thank you again, and I wish you the most amazing eclipse.